Hey beautiful, I hope you're doing well, staying hydrated, and actually getting some sleep. Today, you along with Queen Zani will discuss about all the upcoming banners, from version 2.4 to version 2.8 of Wuthering Waves. Also, your lovely Queen Zani is feeling extra generous lately, so guess what? I'm hosting a 5 lunite subscription giveaway. Yes, 5 lucky winners are gonna get that sweet lunite. All you gotta do is like the video and drop a comment below. That's it. Simple, right? Now listen, Zani will either use a random comment picker, or I might just handpick the winner. Also, if you're looking for lunite discounts, introducing LD Shop, one of the most reliable and secure top-up sites for Wuthering Waves. Now, you don't have to worry about top-up prices because here, you'll get 24% off on a Strike top-ups sourced through official partners. And if you've spent over $80, you'll receive a free 30-day lunar subscription. Enjoy safe and fast delivery. Your Strike is credited in just 5 minutes. To top up, simply provide your in-game details, and that's it. Additionally, this site has a high rating on Trustpilot and is secured by PayPal and other professional payment platforms, so you don't have to worry about safety. To visit LD Shop, click the link in the description and comments. New players get an extra 10% off coupon, meaning you can enjoy a total discount of up to 34%, so join LD Shop now. And of course, before we begin, just a little reminder, the information in this video is based on early info, speculation, and taken from various different sources. So take this with a grain of salt. Things can always change, and Kuro can always hit us with a surprise. With that said, let's go. Let's start off with version 2.4, which already looks absolutely cracked. With what we know so far, the first banner of version 2.4 is expected to feature Cartithia, a 5-star arrow character who uses a sword. Her design already has people gasping, but according to some recent information, there is a chance that her design might be reworked before her banner release. Unlike her story appearance or the Fleur-de-Lis boss look, it's mentioned that her playable design will be different. And if we talk about her kit, it's even more interesting. Her basic attack seems to be a 5-hit arrow combo string, but the twist here is that Cartithia has 2 forms, young Cartithia and an adult version. She literally transforms during combat when you use her Resonance Liberation, and while she retains that 5-hit combo, her playstyle changes entirely when she enters her alternate form. What makes her even more unique is that her entire kit doesn't rely much on pure attack stats. Instead, she's more of a mechanic-based DPS. Think aerial dodges, back and forth movement, and super slick flying animations. And unlike Zani or other characters who are really picky about their team comps, Cartithia seems to be extremely flexible. She doesn't rely on a particular support unit or mechanic to function, which is a huge win if you hate being locked into specific teams. Now on to phase 2 of version 2.4, and things are only getting hotter because we've got Lupa, a fusion mommy, wielding a broad blade. Her design alone, stunning, but what really sent the community spiraling is the ultimate animation. She ends her Resonance Liberation by straight up sticking her butt out. I'm not joking. Seriously though, what is this? Her ultimate looks pretty interesting, right? I'm really looking forward to seeing the full demo, but animation aside, Lupa isn't just a DPS. Her kit is focused around her Resonance Liberation, where her basic, heavy, and skill attacks all change and get enhanced. She becomes a pure burst DPS unit that deals big fusion damage. But here's the spicy part. Her damage increases the lower her HP gets. She's also amazing in a full mono fusion team with Chongli and Brant. The synergy, off the charts, and her outro skill adds even more flavor, granting a 20% fusion damage buff and 25% basic attack damage for 14 seconds. Oh. And did I mention she literally appears on the battlefield during your team's ultimate animations to deal additional damage? It's like a long-time dream of a great fusion team is finally coming true. Now, let's talk about reruns in version 2.4. Predicting reruns in this version is a bit tricky, especially since we'll be getting a rerun selector in version 2.3. This means players can pick old characters they missed, which could affect how reruns are handled going forward. But if we go by logic and in-game marketing tactics, rerunning characters who are receiving new skins is always a smart move. And guess what? Carlotta and Chongli are both getting skins in version 2.4, so there's a high chance that they'll be rerun alongside the new banners. It makes sense. If you show players a brand new shiny skin, but they don't have the character, free money for Kuro. So most likely, Carlotta could show up in Phase 1, while Changli might get a rerun in Phase 2. There's also a slight chance that, if Changli didn't get her rerun, then Brant will get his rerun, but personally, I think Changli is more likely to have her rerun. Now, let's move forward and talk about version 2.5 banners. So, in version 2.5, we can expect Frolova banner. She's expected to be a 5-star Havoc character who uses a rectifier. Initially, the community thought she'd be a solo on-field DPS, based on early info, but recent data paints a different picture. Frolova is more of a support or off-field DPS hybrid. She has elements in her kit that let her support the team with buffs, especially through her ultimate. Plus, her outro skill is rumored to be quite unique, something that hasn't been seen before. It's giving Canarella 2.0 vibes, but a bit more supportive and refined. Also, I'd love to know, which characters are you all planning to pull in the upcoming versions? Drop your picks in the comments. And, speaking of version 2.5 rerun banners, there's a strong chance that Canarella will rerun alongside Frolova in 2.5. The two of them seem to be tailor-made to work together, and we all know how much Kuro loves selling bundles. If a character's best support gets rerun with them, it's practically a match made in heaven. Aside from Canarella, there's a small possibility we'll see Rosia or Camellia rerun in this patch. But so far, Frolova and Cantarella are looking like the main duo of 2.5. Now on to version 2.6. And while we don't have as many details as we'd like, we do know of 2 5-star characters coming in this version. First is Augusta, an Electro Broadblade user. We don't know much about her kit yet, but based on visuals and hints, she seems elegant and powerful. The second is Yonua, an Arrow Gauntlet user. Now, this is where things get interesting. You'd think Gauntlet user and assume punchy DPS, right? Wrong. Yonua is expected to be a healer. Yes, a Gauntlet user who heals. Finally, some diversity in weapon roles. And for rerun banners, we can expect Zani and Chikona rerun banner, or at least any one of them. As for version 2.7, there isn't much info available yet. The devs and sources are keeping things super hush-hush, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. Now finally, let's talk about version 2.8. And here's where the drama unfolds. According to a source who correctly predicted the 30 pull, anniversary compensation for version 2.3, version 2.8 might feature a male character. And let's be real, at this point, male characters are almost mythical in Wuthering Waves. They're like unicorns, rare, majestic, and constantly in demand. But as we all know, with the upcoming high-tech region being teased in the game's story, I can speculate that this new character might be mecha-themed. Maybe Calchero 2.0. Either way, Queen Zani is screaming, she wants this. We want this. Please, Kuro, don't hold back. Give us the mecha man of our dreams. As for rerun speculation in versions 2.7 and 2.8, while it's still a bit too early, we need to wait for more clarity on how reruns work in 2.4 to 2.6 before we can make solid predictions. If Kuro sticks to a fixed pattern, we might have a better idea soon, and you best believe I'll cover the moment we know more. And that wraps up everything we know so far about the upcoming banners from version 2.4 to 2.8. If you've made it to the end, just know, you're not just a viewer, you're a legend.